Besides maybe many smart theories or models around sexual healing and collective sexual healing, let's figure out what has to change in order to shift the global and the individual situation around intimacy, around sexuality, around pleasure, around high energy, around self-love, from suffering to happiness, to inner freedom. Like, let's figure out what do we have to do, as embodiment is some kind of tool set of action steps. So, and our action step around collective sexual healing, even though this is such a global, massive topic, it's so simple. We have to let go of accumulated stress. And this accumulated stress, for example, in my situation, in this body, I'm 34 years old right now. So unfortunately, my sexual stress story started somewhere a few generations ago. So sad. We have brilliant trauma research nowadays around, okay, transgenerational trauma, it's science. You can see it in your genes, what your grandparents went through. Not the exact happening, but the amount of stress, the amount of trauma. Yes, this is written in your very nervous system. So from there, how do we tap into letting go of all of the stress, layer by layer? And the good news are, before we have been humans, we have been mammals. Let's say we have been a tigress and a tiger. We have been a dolphin. Dolphins in a family of dolphins. So we are wired for going into stressful situations and successfully surfing in them, and after that having gained more experience in life. And we do so instead of getting into the stressful situation and never get out, by getting into the stress and then shaking after that, like releasing layers and layers of stress that have been accumulated in this situation or in our human collective story since a few decades or thousands of years. So, which kind of stress is really there when we talk about sex, sexuality, or maybe softer terms like intimacy? And when we go to the roots of so many layers of stress, even the word sex can put you into stress. Even this concept sexuality can put you into some kind of sexuality. Oh my God, this is something that's not, I won't figure out how that works. So there is something around sexuality and me doesn't work, or works sometimes, or is kind of weird, or is kind of broken. So how about that? Deleting that sexuality or sex exists at all, or that it matters at all. The kind of sex that you need for your existence already happened. It's the sex of your parents who gave birth to you. So congratulations, everything around sex worked. The rest is bonus track. The rest is free. You don't have to do that. You don't have to function sexually. There is so much space around sex when we are not only talking about the taboo of talking about sex, and I agree, we have to talk more about sex. And on the other hand, there is a taboo not staring at the topic of sex, of sexuality, of my feminine identity as a woman. It's like, maybe I'm just not into figuring out what femininity is, or masculinity, or polarity, or heterosexuality at all. So can all of that be a bonus track? Can all of that be a free choice? It won't improve you. It won't give you the only access to ecstasy, because you are wired for ecstasy and pleasure on so many levels. that we do not describe as sexually. So how about really letting go of any sense of self-improvement and then opening to life force, energy, sensations inside?